So as we're getting to know Mr. Bobby Baker, let's talk about your family. Like, you're from LA, so your family's mostly back there. You said they got a chance to come to Georgia and see you play here at Georgia State. Talk about how important it is to be somewhere where your family can have access to you necessarily and come see you play.
Well, I mean, starting off, just my family is amazing. The support that they give me is really what keeps me motivated so far away. Like, I'm in Atlanta, most of them are in California, and so just being so far away, you know, you miss your family all the time. Right. So I just call my mom up, call my dad, little brother, sister, you know, the whole fam or whatever, and they just give me an amazing amount of support. And they're part of the reason why I do what I do, because I know that they're watching me in the games, or they're watching me in some of the interviews I do. They're watching me. They'll be here when I graduate. So that's just amazing.
Let's point that out. He's graduating. That's amazing.
Yes.
And what was your major?
Communications.
So you're really like in a business mindset that, you know, football doesn't work out. What would you do with your communications degree?
Well, the reason why I chose communications degree is because it's such a useful skill. Being a good communicator is good in any avenue, any business throughout the day, what we're doing right now.
Right.
So I didn't want to go and do something that I may not do later. A lot of times people go get an engineering degree and they kill themselves all year trying to study that, and then they go do something else random. It's different. So I kind of wanted something that would be specific, that would be helpful no matter what. So PR is one of the main things that I like to focus on as far as communications. Not necessarily marketing, kind of looking at a consumer or a customer from a different perspective. Talking to them more as like a person as opposed to a buyer. So it kind of gives you a different type of connection with the customer. So I'm really into business. My minor is entrepreneurship. So I also chose entrepreneurship for the creative side of business. So instead of going to get a business degree, business is like kind of like it needs to be this way. You know?
Very narrow.
Very narrow. Exactly. Entrepreneurship, they give us a chance to be very creative and be innovative, and I think that's the most important thing in a business. Not innovative, you're staying the same to the extinct. So that's kind of the reason why I went with that.
So what type of interest do you have outside of, if you're not playing football, what is Bobby Baker doing?
Besides training, which I do a lot of pretty much every day, I'm reading things on religion. I like to learn about different religions, not one particular. Spiritual things like that. I love to learn about creativity. I love to learn about people like Da Vinci, Isaac Newton, just legends in that sense. Also read about Ray Lewis, read his book, Phil Knight, just basically different people that have done extraordinary things that I can kind of learn from, take little pieces and maybe use for myself. So that's one thing. I love playing any sports. I don't do too much going out. It's not really my thing anymore.
In Atlanta? You don't go out in Atlanta?
Exactly. I think I'm not getting the full experience of Atlanta.
When you graduate, you should like get a group of your friends and y'all need to go out. Like at least do that before you embark on what's gonna happen. I'm pretty excited for you, and in my eyes, you know, just being a sports fan, it's very enlightening to hear a student athlete talk about other things outside of football that he's extremely into. And that's the common thing that I saw, you know, whether it's on your timeline or whether it's, you know, in actual interviews. You are genuinely talking about, you love football, you played the sport, but you also are a person who has other interests. So that's amazing. So let's talk about your favorite things, because it is fans' favorite fan. So we want to know your favorite things. What's your favorite NFL stadium?
Atlanta.
Of course. Of course. You fell for that
Atlanta Falcons is where we play. So.
Okay. So college football stadium.
College football stadium, Georgia State.
He is falling for the bait here, you guys. You got to give me something. Let's see. Favorite NFL player. Boom.
Favorite NFL player. Current?
Yes.
Current Tyrann Mathieu.
Okay. Retired.
That's tough. I'll have to go with Ed Reed.
Okay. Awesome. Those are some good picks. Let's see. Favorite place to eat in Atlanta?
Favorite place to eat in Atlanta? I had to say thumbs up.
Oh, their grits are bomb.
Oh yeah, consistency.
So you eat grits?
I do eat grits.
You know what? I had an argument with some people on the West Coast. They don't understand grits. And they were like, they don't do grits, but you like grits.
They gotta be made the right way. That's the thing.
I'm with you on that. Like, anybody, if you follow me, you know I eat grits every single day. And I talk about how grits should be prepared the same way. Look here, we have something in common. So, from your favorite place to eat, let's see. You don't go out, so I'm not gonna ask you about that. You've been to most of the museums and stuff here in Atlanta?
I have not, but I need to because I love art.
Okay, all right. So, which museum would you want to visit if you had the opportunity?
The main one I've heard of is the High Museum. I heard that's like
right. It's amazing.
Museum.
It's phenomenal. So that would be great. Maybe I could figure out how we can get you over there.
Have to work it out.
Do that, yeah. So one last thing. Have you heard from any of the other Georgia State players who have gone to the next level? Because I know you talk about family. So with you coming in and playing at Georgia State and making that transition, with those players who have gone on to do what they've done from that scale, from Georgia State to the NFL, have they given you any advice or anything like that to prepare for that?
The interesting thing is Georgia State's only been a program for like 7 years. So there's not a ton of guys who have been to the next level, but there are a few that have reached out and be like, hey man, let us see what you're doing.
Right.
Keep grinding. You'll be there in no time. You know, just definitely good advice and inspiration. Just a handful of guys.
Right.
It's definitely been helpful and great advice.
Okay, well that's good. Anything else you want to share?
Hi mom, hi dad, your brother, sister, and the rest of the family.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. It was an honor, and I look forward to seeing what happens during the draft. I'll actually be in Philly for the draft, but I'm going to be watching every round because we pay attention down to detail, who's getting picked up and whatnot. And just be prepared. I think you'll be ready.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks.